So plans have changed for the intake shave about just filling the gap. I'm actually going to use this, which was cut off the intake. And I'm going to use that to make it basically, as you can see, it already fits in there. Just got to melt that down a little bit to get it out of the way. And it'll basically be straight. I might grind this down to make it go in a little bit deeper, but it'll be a perfect fit for that. It'll go right on top, just perfectly. So after grinding out and melting out the parts you don't need, this is that cap. I've cut it open, ground it down to where it'll fit inside there really tight. And then I'm gonna plastic weld that on, and then plastic weld that on. And that'll be it. Because remember, it won't go past these tips. If you want it further in there, you could cut the top of this cap off all the way, and then it would just be the ring, and you can melt the ring to it. So now I'm gonna melt it on, and then I'll show you after it's done. Okay, a good way to check and make sure your welds are all good from the plastic on the outside is to stick a flashlight close to it and look on the inside and look for any light. If there's any light, that means you're going to have to fix it. Because this is a vacuum port. Vacuum leaks will cause engine problems all the time. So make sure that you do that. And then also, when you're done doing that, take a file to the inside. And if there's anything hanging loose in there, try to knock it off real good. Because this will all have to be, cleaned out real good. Here goes a big chunk of it. Real good before you put it back on your car anyway. You'll have to clean it, so. But that's on there now. Now, we have to put that on there. Remember the direction of the sensor. So now I'm going to melt that on there. So after you get done welding that on, as you can see, looks great. Just needs to be sanded down a little bit. And I'm not going to put any resin jelly on here until I put it in the car and make sure that it's not going to be sticking too far out back. Because if it is, then I'll have to cut it down and move it in as far as I can. The Caprices have a real hard time with actually getting them to fit without doing like the LS1 intake swap. So right there's how that goes. And then next we'll put the two sensors in, or the two other vacuum lines in somehow. Which right now it looks like they're going to be in the way. Unless I find somewhere else. I mean, right there might be a good spot for one on the side. Then the other one's probably going to have to go in here somewhere. I mean, if I can get one of them in straight up here. Yeah, right there. Then I can put this one in over here. It might work a little bit better. Okay, so to put the other ports in, we're going to put it right here. And it is on the side of the back piece. Now, why I put it here is there's not really room to put two on the very back. So instead we're going to put one here and one in the back. What you want to do is get a real sharp bit. So you want to start with a tiny bit, as you can see, for a pilot hole. Luckily Century sent me a bunch of great stuff, and these are super sharp. So you're going to want to get it where you want it. And try to hit dead center of where you're going to drill your big hole. Alright, and you're going to want to do a couple of steps. Not just go like the pilot hole, then straight into your giant hole. Here's the bits they sent me. They're great. The drill bits are super sharp. The kit lasts a long time because of this type they sent was the black onyx. So you're going to want to step it up quite a bit from that one. And by the end, that hole is going to be about a 1/2 inch. See, wicked sharp. I'll be back after I get ready to tap it in. After you drill your hole, you're going to want to start it with your hands and then use a ratchet and a socket to tap it all the way in as far as you can get it. You will have to force it a lot because it is pretty hard plastic. I'll be back after it's done, and then I'll do this one off camera. It's the same process. So after getting your 3 ports in, which is your map sensor and your 2 vacuum ports, you're basically done. Now all you gotta do is sand off the fiberglass on the top, smooth it out, lay on some filler.